So my background is after university, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do. So I moved into accountancy to be a trainee accountant, thinking it'd be a great route to see lots of different companies. And I did. And a number of my clients were actually recruitment companies. And one in particular really caught my eye, which was one of the fastest growing companies in the country at the time, with a marketeer had set up an IT recruitment business and had a great vibe and culture. But I suppose the more I thought about recruitment, I thought every company is saying people are our biggest asset, and for people's lives and their careers, recruitment, their role is actually vital to it. So I thought it looked like a great industry that was going to go through a huge amount of transformation during my lifetime and create a load of opportunity. And in terms of hydrogen, from being one man in a room hoping my original business partner was going to turn up and join me, to being 300 odd people globally now, it's been quite a journey. I think from a relatively young guy who didn't know a lot, in retrospect, when I set up, I've made every mistake in the book and learned an awful lot. But as a business, we've continued to grow and develop. Fortunately, I suppose those changes in the market, we've got those right at times and at times not, but we've really got now a well-defined business and understanding of what you need to do to be really successful in this industry. The legal recruitment market is something that we started looking at because we had a fast growth, very successful finance recruitment business, and the number one and number two legal recruiters got acquired in the same year. And I thought that's quite interesting from a market perspective, because very much being a people industry, when you have acquisitions, you tend to get a lot of churn, a lot of change. So I set out interviewing a load of legal recruiters, and I have to be honest, I wasn't overly impressed, because a lot of them were really trading off their credentials of having done law exams or degrees, and some of them had done trainee solicitor exams and worked in firms. But they didn't strike me as the type of people who are asking the right questions to be a great recruiter, which is all about really being inquisitive and understanding your client and their particular situation and your candidate and what they're trying to do in their life and their career. And so, the combination of sort of meeting lots of people and looking at the market made me really want to do it, and think, well, we really want to do it a bit differently from what we thought was there available at the moment in the market. When we started, we really wanted to build very niche specialist teams. The guy I previously worked for was a marketeer by background, and he really believed in building specialization, and that's the way we thought we'd differentiate ourselves from what is a low barriers to entry and potentially crowded market. And that allows you to really have access to the top talent and the top roles in the industry. And so that is very much part of our DNA, as well as building long-term relationships. And the other thing I picked up from interviewing lots of potential legal recruiters was they were very transactional, rather than trying to build long-term relationships. And as a business, we really believed that we wanted to build long-term relationships with people, and it was a people industry. So we set up our Market Watch scheme, whereby we kept in touch with people over a long period of time, and made sure that it was about the relationship, not just I'm looking for a job, talk to us now, or I'm not, well, we don't want to talk to you. And likewise with firms, sometimes they're recruiting heavily, sometimes less heavily, but we really wanted to value the relationship and build that into our DNA of our business. Well, so my early memories of the practice was, with any startup, it's really full on. You're really starting to build relationships. So it is about getting out there and talking to as many clients and candidates as possible, and really networking around the market, and really finding out what clients really like about the people they currently use or don't like, and likewise for candidates. So what's great about the industry at the moment, and where can you really differentiate yourself, and build more value in your proposition. So my memories were really trying to work out how we could stand out, how we could be different, and really getting that founding sort of starting point, as well as also thinking about how we structured things to back up that proposition. So talking about our long-term relationship, making sure that we had a system and a process to keep in touch with people or offer that to them so they felt connected to us was crucial. So the thing that I'm most proud about all around people, really, we are a people business in a people industry. So the fact that we've managed to carry out our objective and really build long-term relationships is absolutely vital with our clients, with our candidates, and with our own people. So if you look at the candidate side of things, the average person that we place now, we've actually had a relationship for 4 years, which I think is a real testament to that. Now, some of them might be people who, literally have just got in touch with us and we place very quickly, but other people we actually have known for sort of 8, 9, 10 years before we place them, and you can see that they've spoken to lots of different people in the business, really have a strong relationship with them, and which is it's great to see. And then if you look at the client side, on the practice side, we've got Magic Circle firm we've worked with for as long as I can remember, and we're consistently a top performer with them, through to sort of media and sports organisations where we're top suppliers. We've built their whole legal team from top to bottom for major organisations globally. So that's really rewarding. And in terms of how we measure this or what we know, we look at our net promoter scores. We ask people to rank us on what they think, and we consistently score outstanding. And it's very rare for us to actually get any detraction, and if we do, we obviously get in touch with those people and try and work out what we could do better and improve our processes. So I think the quality of what we do and the quality of those relationships, which is all built on having staff with really long tenure, and that length of service and tenure in our legal practice is unbelievably strong, and consistently been there, and which is great to see, and in an industry that is known for high turnover. But if our guys weren't successful, weren't happy, and weren't doing a good job, they wouldn't be here. So it's great that we've had that tenure. Well, hiccups along the way. Well, we've had loads. We've made lots of errors and made lots of mistakes, but I'd like to think we've always learned from them and really developed on the back of them. Being a people industry, obviously a lot of those are people related. Yes, people do move on, and we've tried lots of things to keep our best staff and keep them happy. So we experimented really early on with working from home, particularly with young mothers, and it's quite ironic in a COVID world looking at that, because I think we realise now that we could have done that so much better in terms of communicating, making them feel part of the team, them being part of the team, and keeping those relationships going. So those are some of the key things. I mean, we have had people leave, of course, and now I'm quite proud some of them have gone up there in boutiques and are doing well, and that's been the right thing for them. But as a business, we've moved forward, and not everyone's going to stay forever. I think I've probably matured and realised that. But overall, the mistakes we've made have been learning experiences, and we've kept developing on the back of them. We've evolved really from literally 2 or 3 of us doing legal recruitment in London to basically a global business operating through APAC and Middle East, offshore, London, Ireland, US, and it's great to see all those specialist niches grow and develop and give people more opportunity with their careers. So I always say our business grows as people grow and develop, and it's been great to see people really grow and develop and take those opportunities and push the boundaries, build those client relationships, and go from basically a UK business to a properly global business. And so it's been a big year for us last year with COVID, and we actually delisted from the stock market, which is probably one of my biggest mistakes, listing the business when we were too small and not ready for it. But really, where we are now is we are a global mid-sized business, which is a great place to be, because we're actually big enough to really do things well and do things properly. Have proper marketing, IT, all those things, and really work globally, collaboratively. But we're also small enough that everyone in our business really matters, and it's really easy to connect and know who everyone is. And so I think that the future for us is actually continuing to develop as a sort of global mid-sized business, building strength and depth in our niches, and in our different territories around the world. So his most memorable really was probably listing on the London Stock Exchange and opening the stock market in the morning. And I suppose the old phrase "pride comes before a fall" is probably the most apt there, where it wasn't the right thing to do, but it felt like a big moment at the time. So it's memorable for good and bad reasons, which I think is useful because it keeps us real and keeps us honest, and that's really important. So, but my really most memorable moments are actually all around people, and people achieving their goals. If you think about what we do, we really help people achieve the maximum out of their work, and your work is just such an important part of your life, particularly if you're a high skill, high value lawyer, or a high skill, high value recruitment consultant. So that impact on people's lives, seeing them grow, develop, earn more money, buy the house they want to, their partner they're with, their children, their families. It really is crucial to people's lives, and that's the thing that really gets me out of bed in the morning.